ever been brought to QVC.
Yes, I know.
It is absolutely brilliant. It's a tape measure that everybody can read. I know that seems kind of dumb because tape measures all have little numbers on them, but most people count them as little notches.
Notches.
So
Sure.
that length is 7 inches, 2 1/4 notches. How are you doing, Kylie?
That's a technical term.
Welcome,
I'm
welcome,
doing
welcome.
great.
This is
for
Kylie
having me,
Watts.
Dan.
Now, everyone who has a project in their house, any type of remodeling, you can have the best power tools in the world, sharpest saws ever created. If you don't measure correctly, you'll absolutely screw it up. So, an inventor who created and built yachts came up with this. It's been on the air 3 times and has sold out 3 times. I saw it at the National Hardware Show and absolutely flipped out. There is nothing like it in the world. Now, it looks like a regular tape measure, and it is. It is a steel tape, just like everyone else's might happen to be. But here is the difference. Watch. I am right now at 7 5/16. As you move, it gives you the exact measurement. Now, by the way, that measurement, with the touch of a button right here, can be changed so that I've got decimal points.
That's right.
I've got centimeters. I've got fractions. And there's even more that we can do with it. Can we do a few demonstrations?
Absolutely.
I just think this is the coolest thing. And you know what?
Do you want to head back to the window?
Any more expensive than a regular tape measure.
Right.
A good 16-foot tape is going to cost you 25 bucks. So where are we headed?
We can go back to the window, back behind set. Yeah. And I think that's where we'll show it to you because, Dan, you said it. This is technology meeting the tape measure for the very first time with the homeowner in mind. So there's a lot of great features that we want to show you.
I follow you.
Yeah, we'll come back here to this window here and really show you where we start.
Okay.
So I'm going to need your help with this a little bit, too.
Happy to help.
If you can take that, slide it all the way down.
Now, by the way, and this is one of the things that is so cool, it has a couple different settings on it.
That's right.
If you notice, I'm doing an interior measurement. Oftentimes, you'll try to bend a tape and get it in there. You'll never get an accurate measurement. So, there's a button right here for inside and outside measurements. I'm going to push it once. It will now take into account the 3-inch width of the unit, and I know that I am exactly 3 feet 1 9/16 in width.
That's right.
Exactly. Now, by the way, it's the exact same measurement here. I don't know about you, but if I don't have my reading glasses, I don't care how big the numbers are. There is nothing else like this in the world. We offered it. It was at Christmas time.
Yes.
It was one of the shortest presentations I ever did.
You waved and then you walked out.
That's what it was.
I
was
know.
Like, let me show you something cool, and the phone line just jammed. I've got so many projects going on at the house right now.
I do too.
We brought in, hopefully enough to go around, but it really is a cool tool. Over 1,000 have already been ordered. Let's run back up here. Ready? And please be careful of the step.
I know. I'm going to jog.
Let me show you. I'll show you
quietly.
I'll give you a little lesson on tape measures and what they're for and why they work.
Okay.
This little piece that dangles down is called the tang. And that's an important part of a tape measure. Now, every single tape measure has some wiggle room in it for a reason. There's actually a 1/16 of an inch between the actual rule, which, by the way, has all your measurements right there, but the best part is you don't need them. It's all right there. Now, I happen to have it right now set for total inches. So I'm 10 11/16. Now I'm at 15 inches. If I want to set it again, I can set it for, I'm at 15.4 inches. Same measurement is also 39 centimeters, 39.1. Hit that button again. It'll tell me that I'm at 1 foot 3 5/16 inches.
So you're getting all that different conversion, all of those different metrics in one tape measure. But you want to talk about my favorite point? You know where I'm going?
Hang me a picture.
Center point feature.
Hang me a picture.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I want to hang this wall clock, and I'll let you do it, Kylie. I want to hang this wall clock smack dab in the middle of that wall.
So go ahead and grab my tape measure, bring it down the end.
I'm not even going to have to look. I know that I am exactly 2 feet, 2 3/4 inches. What do you normally then have to do?
You'd have to do the math, but think about that.
Ooh, math is a 4-letter word.
How can you break
How
that
am
in
I
half?
going to break up 2 feet, 2 13/16 of an inch? So you go, okay, I've got to go so many inches, 1.5
One
slashes,
squiggly line.
and then, or you just do this. Hit the center button here. I need to go 1 foot, 1 3/8 inches. Okay? 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 inch and 3/8. 1, 2. Right here, I'll make my little mark. And once I put my screw into the wall, which I would do on TV, but they won't let me play with sharp objects for obvious reasons. That is right smack dab in the middle of that wall.
And you know why I love it even too? Because you're very savvy with the tape measure, but I am not. I'm one of those ladies at home that wants to hang my pictures up and I want them to be centered, but I always end up with 5 different holes in the spot because I'm eyeballing it. So what I love so much about this is you counted it on the tape measure, but I could actually go back through, measure it out, mark it that way too, so I don't have to sit there knowing every single notch. The tape measure is doing the work for me.
It was built as a professional contractor's tool. Apparently, when you build yachts, okay, you are constantly switching between decimal and what we use here in the United States called imperial, and it makes people crazy. This is the only tape measure that I've ever seen that does it both. Now, pardon me for being sexist.
That's okay.
Great graduation gift.
Amazing graduation gift.
Phenomenal Father's Day gift.
Yes.
But it's also for mom. It's anyone who wants to measure things, but to be able to do it accurately. I hate that I have to wear reading glasses.
I know.
I hate that I have to wear reading glasses because when the slashes are a 1/16 of an, and by the way, it locks in place too. Those little slashes are all 1/16 of an inch, which is what a standard tape rule is. Okay? It's also, by the way, a really good quality rule. But I have troubles measuring all of that stuff with my eyesight. So now I just let the tape measure do it for me. I am right now, that tape is exactly at 1 foot, 3 15/16 of an inch. Open it out, pull it further. That is just so cool.
It's a great big digital display. I mean, my eyesight's not the best too, and it's so much easier to see. It's taking all of that guesswork out. It's giving you that peace of mind knowing that when you make that mark in your wall with the nail, it's going to be in the spot that you want it to be each and every time because it's doing the thinking for you. You know, I just bought my house last year. I have a ton of projects going on, and what I have to do usually is wait for my guy to get home and hang the pictures for me because I don't want to mess up. Not anymore. I have the freedom to do it myself because this is telling me how to do it.
I'm hoping he's got more going for him than hanging pictures on the wall.
Well, you know he's amazing.
Otherwise, for 25 bucks, he's headed to the curb.
That's right.
Let's go off to the phone line and say hello to Janet, who lives in Massachusetts. Janet, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm fine, thanks. Boy, do I need this.
Is this not the coolest thing?
Yeah, we get window shades, and neither one of us get it very right.
There's an old rule in carpentry: measure twice, cut once.
Janet measures 2 or 3 times and it still doesn't come out right.
And you can still screw it up. That's exactly
Me too, Janet. Don't feel bad.
Well, Janet, are you hanging those blinds on the inside of a window or on the outside of the window?
On the inside.
Okay. Let me show you something.
So that makes it more difficult.
Could I ask you to do me a favor?
Absolutely.
Hold that up.
Hold this up.
I'm going to pretend that this board is the side of your window. Okay? And I'll just bring it over from the other side. And I can do this backwards. Normally, I can lock this tape into place right here. The measurement that it's going to read is going to be from right here. Now, I can read it right now. It's 2 feet 5.5 inches. It's going to be upside down to you, but I can see it. Now, here's the deal. Again, it's going to be upside down. I'm coming to this side.
Here, I can flip it and show you on this side.
What? Are you upside down?
It is upside down, but it's right to me. But here's the deal. What I can do is then hit a button on the side, and it gives me the width of this tape. So I know it's exactly 2 feet 8.5. Otherwise, what I would run into, Janet, is this situation where you're trying to do this with a tape, and I bet you've done it, where you try to get it to fold into where you want,
Right.
You
And
kind of have to bend it to be in the right place.
you'll never get an accurate measurement, ever.
You don't. I know that.
But with this, because it records the width of the actual tape measure,
Yeah, that's good.
It will be precise to within 1/16 of an inch.
Wow, that won't make any difference, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
It's a beautiful
Excellent.
piece of
He's
equipment.
going to get it for Father's Day, so I think I'm trying to tell him something, don't you?
I love that, Janet, because true story, we were out talking in the studio earlier, and there was 8 men around that were seeing this for the first time, and every single one of them was like, oh my gosh, I need that, I'm buying that, I need to have that. This should come standard with a man. If you're a man, you should have this.
Our meeting was like a campfire of cavemen.
It was true, it's true.
You know?
He's either going to be happy or not happy. I'll find out which, right?
I'll tell you what. I think he's going to be thrilled. And by the way, if he's not, you send it back. But I think he is going to be
I'm not going to send it back. No way.
thrilled at how cool this thing is.
Yeah.
Janet,
well,
thank you.
Talking to you. Thank you.
Be well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I'm going to throw a test at you.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a measurement of this table from side to side. By the way, that tang, the reason why it hangs over the edge is so that you can do just this.
Oh.
Oh, you'll get it.
I thought you were holding it for me.
Huh? No need to.
All right, so
Now,
at the end,
Give me
I am
feet
2
and-
feet, 10 inches, and 5/16.
all right. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show this.
So what does that mean, Dan? Because that's like another language.
I'm going to have her now change the scale. Do me a favor. Tell me how many inches.
All right, so I can go through. Inches, I've got 34 and 5/16.
What is that in decimal points?
That is 34.3.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Now, okay,
wanna
by
know
the way,
feet?
do you remember? Do you remember when we were kids here in America? The decimal system is coming. Yeah, it stopped somewhere. How many centimeters?
That is, well, I was going to give you feet, but it's 87.1 centimeters.
All of that was read right on the top of the tape by simply touching this button right here. This button converts you from feet and inches to inches to 1/10 of a foot, which, by the way, most of us would never use. But again, this was built by a yacht designer.
He's a naval engineer.
Okay.
Yes.
It then also gives you your centric. We've had almost 7,000 of you on the phone lines. It's $24.92. Your shipping and handling is $5. I've never seen anything like it. I have in my shop, I do a lot of woodworking. That it's cheaper than therapy. My wife will just go to the garage.
It is.
This is a tape measure that I reach for every single time. By the way, if you turn it on by simply pulling it, and that activates it. If it's sitting in this position for 5 minutes, it turns itself off. Its battery life, a year or more. And then down here on the bottom, it's a user replaceable battery too. A good quality 16-foot tape is going to set you back about 25 bucks. We're at the same price, but you get all the digital information.
All of the
It
features.
makes a difference.
It does. It absolutely does. And I think for the center point feature alone, which I would love to show again if you would like to see it, I mean, it's going to give that big, great digital display, but I'll show you over here on this board. So when, I'll have you grab the end of it as
Sure.
well, and you know where that feature is. So when we measure this out, it's just shy of 2 feet. If it was 2 feet exact, it would make our lives easy.
Yes.
Now we've got to do math.
Now I'm going to reset this. Okay, because I am at 11 and 1¾ inches. Okay, so that's, I'm sorry, I've still got it on feet. Here we go.
Scroll right through. It's
23 and 13/16, or 23 3/4 inches. We started, by the way, with my boss upstairs, Jerome, what, 13,000 of these. 4,500 of these to go around. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Now, by the way, this has not been on the air since Christmas time.
Right.
This is a small, family-owned business. Our vendor wished to have been here today.
That's right.
She, by the way, welcome to April, what, 16th? 17th, yeah. She's stuck in a blizzard in Colorado.
Out in Colorado.
So she couldn't be here. So it is accurate. It is accurate more so than my eyeballs in reading a regular tape. So 23 3/4 inches. I can switch it here again, same exact measurement. Now I've got 2.38 feet, okay? Well, I'm sorry, 23.8 inches, 1.98 feet, That is 60.4 centimeters.